Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Watch the greenbacks tumble.
Smells like bliss in the studio. Everyone all set? Cocked? Locked? Blissed? Your dial is set correctly to USAPrepares.com. We're delighted you're here. And we're broadcasting 2 hours today. Monday through Friday as well. From high atop the Missouri Ozark Mountains. Dr. Norman Shealy is with us. Welcome, Dr. Shealy.
Good morning, Vince. How y'all? Other than blessed.
Dr. Shealy, are you blessed?
I am blessed.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
always. 100% of the time.
Yes. Let me share our call-in number with those in class today. 866-582-9933. 866-582-9933. So if you'd like to call and chat with Dr. Norman Shealy, medical doctor, 866-582-9933. John is engineering the broadcast in Minnesota. I'm Vincent Finelli. Dr. Shealy, I was looking at the internet and I was thinking about fluoride. And your position on fluoride is the same as mine. I'm certainly against it as well. And I wanted to know about what percentage of white goo that comes out of these tubes that is sold as toothpaste, what percentage of that stuff is actually fluoride? 0.76%.
I do not know that, but I imagine. Do you know that fact? I don't. I'll look it up.
Yes. Yeah, I do. Okay. 0.76%. So what I was thinking is if you're around...
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah. That was a shock to me. I thought maybe it'd just be a smaller amount. But here's what that means, class. Well, so let's just round that up from a little over 0.75% to just 1%. And if you say you use an amount the size of a pea to brush your teeth, which, by the way, there's a warning label that says if you swallow that amount, call poison control immediately. It says right on the tube. Okay? Now, and I don't know anybody who uses that amount, but let's say you just use that amount, the size of a pea. Well, if you have 100 of those peas, and you were to swallow one of them, that would be like taking all the fluoride and swallowing it, all the poison that you would get in brushing your teeth with 100 amounts the size of a pea. And Dr. Shealy, you've talked about this many times on this broadcast. You can poison yourself slowly or you can take it all at once. But now that we know the amount, that's a pretty staggering amount, 0.75% fluoride in toothpaste. I don't know of any way of getting 100% of that poison out of one's mouth after brushing his or her teeth. I don't know of any way, because you can rinse and rinse and rinse it. And even after the 8th rinse, it still foams when you spit out that rinse. So there's still toothpaste in your mouth after 8 rinses.
Well, of course, there's one outstanding recommendation. No fluoride, period. Not in your drinking water, not in your toothpaste, not from the blank, blank, blank dentist who artificially poisons you further. No, it's all poison.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I know 2 dentists quite well, and they would not discuss fluoride. However, they are saying, you know what, I think there's a lot of merit in what Dr. Shealy has been saying and what we've been saying on USA Prepares, that, you know, fluoride may not be that good. And that's going against their what would you call them?
Well,
Their established practice. Yes.
And the American Dental Association, which in my opinion is at least as evil. Sergey, you can't use that. My recommendation strongly is that nobody allow it, and they should join the class action lawsuit against the American Dental Association.
Okay, is that suit going on right now?
Sergey, please hang that up. You're making a lot of noise. Hello?
Okay. Yep, I'm here.
Good. Sorry.
Okay, so you have Dr. Sergey Sorin with you as well?
Well, the night owl finally got up and came up and picked up the wrong phone. Hopefully he's on the right phone now.
Okay. Okay, so Dr. Shealy, is there a class action suit right now going on against the American Dental Association?
Well, it started 2 years ago at least, and if you go to class action lawsuit against fluoride on the internet, you'll find it at fluoridealert.org. It's one of the good guys. fluoridealert.org.
Okay, I found it. Fluoride Alert. Fluoride Action Network Fluorosis Class Action Lawsuit. Okay. All right, I'll post that on the website. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
That's great news.
And look at this. 49 studies linked fluoride with reduced IQ in children. 97% of Western Europe has rejected water fluoridation. You know, sometimes the Europeans are ahead of us in certain things like GMO and fluoride, but unfortunately way behind us in allowing supplements. I mean, it's a mixed bag.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, that was one of the things I wanted to talk with you about today, supplements. And that was, you know, we've planted an orchard and a grove. We've planted nuts and we've planted fruits. For example, nectarines, plums, pears, apples, peaches, almonds. We have walnuts. We planted chestnuts, and it's going to take a while for them to grow. And when we planted them, Dr. Shealy, we added cow manure. We added wood ashes to these great big holes that we dug to plant the trees, and we did it the easy way this time. Actually, it's not all that easy, no matter how you do it. But we took a backhoe and we dug out these big holes, and then we brought topsoil that we skimmed off from other parts of the farm and filled the holes with them, and then took wood ashes, and we took some cow manure, and we mixed it all up, and we put it in the hole with the plants and the trees, and they're growing, and they're looking really good. So the question that I have for you is, what should we do? What amendments do you recommend that we add to our gardens so that we can have the most nutritious food available going forward? Because I'm concerned about Fukushima. I'm concerned about the radiation that's on our West Coast produce. I'm concerned about eating fish from the ocean. What do you recommend that we add as supplements or amendments to our soil to get the vitamins and the minerals and the nutrition out of what we grow in our gardens this growing season? Well,
For 34 years in my current garden, I have used only what I call compost. Now, that compost is made from rotted, at least a year or two old horse manure, more recently cow manure and chicken manure.
Mm-hmm.
So and all the weeds that I pull up from the garden. So as I weed the garden, I throw them over the fence on the compost pile, and then after a year or two, that is then put back on the garden in the fall after the first frost, when everything's been killed. I add about an inch of that compost to the top of each row. And my rows are slightly rounded. They're 4 to 5 inches tall above the walkway. And actually, this year, for the first time in 34 years, I tilled the garden. I haven't had to till it in between. And it's fabulous. I mean, if your horses and your cattle and your chickens have been fed real food, they've got all the nutrients they need. When it's rotted, and then, of course, I always add the wood ashes from my fireplace stove in the winter or spring, and that gives us the potash.
Yeah, one of the concerns I have, things that we try not to do, is burn things that are of questionable origin. So, for example, we have an outdoor wood furnace, and we heat our domestic hot water with that, and we heat our house with that in the winter. So it has a very large firebox. It's 4 feet by 5 feet, and you could put a couple bodies in there if you had to.
You weren't supposed to let that out. You promised me the last time we planted one. I love you.
It's like that. It's like that mobster who was the father was in prison, and he said,
Right.
"Wish son." He sends him a. You know the story about how he sends his son a letter and he says, "I wish I could help you with the garden this year," and the son is
That's
struggling with the
all
garden.
The bodies, yes. So the police come and dig it up for him.
Yeah, don't dig up the backyard. That's where the bodies are. Yeah, and so the cops come with the excavator and dig it all up. Yep, that's the story. But we have put in some, like if a calf is killed or dies during the winter, and we can't bury the calf, in it goes. So we have, but we don't put plastic in there, and we don't put used cardboard that comes from China in there, because we don't know what's in that cardboard. So we're very careful what we burn. We do burn trees, that have fallen down, and limbs and so forth. But so because we treat that ash as a class nutrient. I'm a survivalist, and my plan is to be independent of everything that I can, so that supply chain disruptions have a minimum impact on our family. What's the first thing that you do when the power goes out? I've researched the best value solar energy system that I can find, one that's backed by the technical support necessary for the undertaking. The system's installed and is generating electricity right now, with equipment purchased from IronEdison.com. You heard Brandon Williams, CEO of IronEdison.com, right here on USA Prepares. Together, we designed our system. In my opinion, our IronEdison.com system has more features, more value, and more potential than any other system I've found. We chose the Snyder Electric system with a hybrid inverter, charge controller, power panel, battery disconnect, and the system control panel. If you want energy independence, as we have, please consider calling the engineering team at IronEdison.com, 720-432-6433, 720-432-6433.
Normal blood pressure, naturally. How would that make you feel?
I'm Don from New Mexico. January of 2000, I had a heart attack. Then my real health began going downhill. I had high blood pressure, diabetes, poor vision. I wasn't sleeping well. I was a mess.
Don reports dramatic improvements with Heart and Body Extract.
I started taking Heart and Body Extract. From within a few days, I started sleeping better. My blood pressure normalized. My diabetes normalized. My sleep improved.
Experience these benefits and more when your body heals itself with the assistance of Heart and Body Extract. Order at hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305. That's hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305.
And folks, I did not expect this at all. By the 7th, 8th, and 9th day, I saw dramatic improvements from taking Heart and Body Extract.
Heart and Body Extract comes with a 100% ironclad money-back guarantee. Details at hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305 for
heart and body extract.
Hello, I'm Michael Regan. My father, President Ronald Reagan, believed so strongly in gold that in 1985, he changed gold ownership forever. Today, our national debt is spiraling out of control, but gold coins could be the answer. Call 1-866-525-GOLD or go online to usmoneyreserve.com to get new, never-before-released information about gold. From the U.S. Money Reserve, call 1-866-525-GOLD.
It's no secret that pathogens such as bacteria, viruses, molds, and fungus can inflict severe damage in the human body. Fortunately, a new and vastly improved silver solution has been developed. Supernatural Silver is a revolutionary broad-spectrum antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal solution that can be used inside the body as well as on the skin. Supernatural Silver is unique and superior to colloidal and ionic silvers, using a patented technology that is highly effective against colds, flus, infections, food poisoning, and yeast, in addition to many other pathogens. Supernatural Silver is scientifically supported, extremely safe, and is the #1 choice of thousands of people for immune system support. Find out how Supernatural Silver could change your life. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code HEALTHY for 20% off. That's supernaturalsilver.com, and like us on Facebook.
For the most amazing, calming, brain-stabilizing, blood sugar, and natural addiction-breaking formula, try CalMind. Anxiety melts, panic is gone, sleep is restful, and you'll stay calm during stress. Better than booze, mind-altering drugs, or anti-anxiety, antidepressant, toxic medications, CalMind lubricates your mind so you'll sail through the day effortlessly. Order Dr. Bill Deagle's Nutridyne at 888-212-8871 or NutriMedical.com and listen to the NutriMedical Report every weekday on the GCN Radio Network. NutriMedical, bringing nutrition and medicine together.
Class Dr. Norman Shealy's with us, and if you'd like to go to his website, normshealy.com, NORMSHEALY.com, and there are great recommendations there, and if you'd like to sign up for the newsletter that comes out multiple times per week, just go to the website, normshealy.com, and you'll get the same newsletters that I get. Dr. Shealy, we were talking about the furnaces, the fireplace, the wood stoves. And as I mentioned, I'm very careful not to put in things like, multicolored printed labels. Even though it's paper, I don't want to put that into the fire and then ultimately have the ashes from whatever ink or whatever materials went into that printing of labels on cans and boxes and so forth go into our food supply. So we're careful not to do that. I just wanted to share that thought. Is there anything else that you recommend? You have compost, so I guess if you have banana peels, they go into the compost as well?
Yeah, I don't worry about, a few things like that. Okay, actually, my chickens eat those usually.
The banana peels?
Yeah. They're more of a varmint than pigs. I mean, they will eat anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do eat anything. As a matter of fact, they ate my tomato plants and some of the other plants that I started.
You let yours run wild.
With them.
We found many years ago that if we didn't have a chicken wire over the top of where the chickens run in their, outside, hawks and other varmints took one every day. So we have a long run for our children that is fenced in on all sides.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And top.
Dr. Shealy, one of the things that I was thinking about is when women cycle, do they need extra vitamins, minerals, iron during that time?
Well, if they don't, take a good multivitamin, then, they probably do. And, of course, I love to cook in cast iron. So I have three different sizes of cast iron frying pans, which is a lot of my cooking is done. Now, the problem for men is that about one man in a couple of 300 will develop iron toxicity. It's almost exclusively a male thing. But I don't have the genes or predisposition to that, and that's what I do. As a matter of fact, if you're interested, I just updated my supplement list of what I take as a routine, I'll send it to you.
Okay, that sounds great. Is that something that we can share with our broadcast classroom?
Oh, sure. I'll read it to you quickly if you like.
That sounds great.
Kyani Sunrise, 2 tablespoons. Kyani Nitro Extreme, 15 drops twice a day. Kyani Sunset, 3 in the evenings. Astaxanthine, 240 milligrams daily. Dr. Shealy's Youth Formula, I call it my Youth Formula. It's Dr. Shealy's Youth Formula, 4 daily. Dr. Shealy's Essentials, 1 daily. CoQ10, 240. Oh, I made a mistake here. Oops. It's 4 daily. But astaxanthine should be 20, not 240. CoQ10, 240 milligrams a day. Trichromium, 2 daily. Zaflamin Whole Body, I think it's the best overall herbal, 2 daily. Prostacern, there are all kinds of things for the prostate. That's the one I take, 1 daily. Odorol or Swanson Triple Iodine Formula, 1 daily. D3, 50,000 units once a week. K2, 50 milligrams daily. Testojac, 200 milligrams, 4 daily. Nature Blessed Tart Cherry Juice Concentrate, 2 tablespoons daily. That's it.
Did I hear you say magnesium?
Well, I use magnesium lotion. I didn't put that there because don't take it orally, but I'll add it because it is magnesium lotion that I use. 2 teaspoons twice a day.
Okay. I'm hearing, of course, we've been talking about this for years on this broadcast, Dr. Shealy, but I'm hearing more and more people say that, yep, you absolutely positively have to have magnesium.
Yeah, absolutely.
As in magnesium lotion.
Well,
Are you the pioneer of that, Dr. Shealy?
Yes.
Are you the pioneer of magnesium lotion?
Yes, to my knowledge, I was the first one who made the magnesium lotion. Back early in 1988-89, I began studying the deficiency in magnesium that is rampant in this country, 80% of people. And we'll be back.
Okay, when we come back. Yeah, when we come back from this break, can you talk about why magnesium lotion rather than a magnesium oral supplement? Dr. Shealy's with us, normshealy.com. I'm Vin Finelli.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Worried about lead, fluoride, and other contaminants in your drinking water? Get a ProPure with the Pro 1G 2.0 cleanable reusable filter and remove up to 200 contaminants. Drink water the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. See the complete line of ProPure products, including the new ProMax shower filter. There's a ProPure for you. Visit your authorized ProPure dealer for details or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com or 800-544-3533.
Hello, I'm Michael Regan. My father, President Ronald Reagan, believed so strongly in gold that he changed gold ownership forever by bringing back physical gold to the American public, allowing gold coins to be minted and sold to U.S. citizens just like you, starting in 1985. Gold ownership can help protect your financial future, especially when our national debt is spiraling out of control. Many smart Americans have kept their retirements from being wiped out during America's financial crisis thanks to physical gold coins. I strongly urge you to call the U.S. Money Reserve at 1-866-944-GOLD or go online to usmoneyreserve.com. Ask for a special gold guide with new, never-before-released information about gold from the U.S. Money Reserve. Call 1-866-944-GOLD or go online to usmoneyreserve.com. I'm Michael Regan. Thank you.
You've woke up to the deception. You understand how big government and corporations are controlling you. Guess what? The trail goes even deeper. When you want to learn the full truth, visit toolsforfreedom.com. We take you further into uncovering the conspiracy than you've ever been before. Click toolsforfreedom.com. Use coupon code RADIO to get a free DVD today. Or call 800-770-8802. That's 800-770-8802. Toolsforfreedom.com.
Are you worried about your mom or dad living alone in their house? Hi, I'm Joan London. Listen, I know how difficult it is to find senior care for someone you love. That's why I recommend a free service called A Place for Mom. They are the nation's largest senior living referral service. Call A Place for Mom today.
To receive free information on senior living communities in your area, call A Place for Mom at 1-800-704-6182.
A Place for Mom offers free one-on-one advice from local advisors and a personalized list of senior living communities you can visit. If you have questions about senior care for your mom or dad, there's a place for answers, A Place for Mom.
Call A Place for Mom in the next 10 minutes to get your free ebook on financing senior care as well as free information on senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-704-6182. That's 1-800-704-6182.
Are you worried about how dangerous the world has become? In these days of terrorist attacks, natural disasters, or even a future collapse, you need to be medically prepared to keep your family safe. I'm Joe Alton, MD of store.doomandbloom.net, where you'll find an entire line of uniquely designed medical kits and supplies for when help is not on the way. For everything from individual first aid kits to the ultimate family medical bag, go to store.doomandbloom.net today. That's store.doomandbloom.net. You'll be glad you did.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a Select Quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I impartially shopped the highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $26 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 1-800-403-4885. That's 1-800-403-4885. 1-800-403-4885. Or go to SelectQuote.com. We shop, you save. Get full details in the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Class Dr. Norman Shealy's with us. Dr. Shealy, we're talking about magnesium lotion, and you pioneered it. You were the first to develop it and make it available to us.
Yeah,
what is the reason
1988,
for
I
magnesium?
learned that 80% of Americans are deficient in magnesium, which is essential in 350 enzymes in the body. So depression, anxiety, high blood pressure, auricular fibrillation, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, all of these are associated, among other things, with low magnesium. And the only accurate test for whether you have adequate magnesium is intracellular. That is, you scrape with a little wooden stick under the tongue, thin it off, they tell you the intracellular concentration of all the major minerals. The only one we found routinely low is magnesium. Well, turns out that magnesium is poorly absorbed from the intestines. It has to get to the distal colon and stay in your entire intestinal tract a minimum of 12 to 14 hours, or you don't absorb it. It also is blocked in absorption if you take a lot of calcium or a lot of fat or even high protein. So I found that I was deficient, and my only symptom was muscle pain after playing racquetball 5 hours a week. So I started taking it intravenously, and for 5 years, I gave myself a shot of 4 grams of magnesium chloride in a Myers cocktail every week. He got rid of my muscle soreness. But then I discovered in the late 90s that magnesium chloride, not magnesium sulfate, by the way, which is Epsom salt, but magnesium chloride is far better absorbed through the skin than it is through the mouth. And so that's when I developed the magnesium lotion, and I use 2 teaspoons twice a day. And I've had hundreds of people report improving all kinds of things using magnesium lotion. It is one of my favorite supplements.
And as you were saying this, Dr. Shealy, I was thinking about, our family uses it, and then I was thinking about one of our instructors who's been in prison multiple times. He is in jail right now. He has been since January. Mike Parsons, I believe you know him. He's a pilot. He's about 6'5". He's a wonderful man. He ran for office. He was elected. Was reported on the news. The next thing you know, the vote count was said to be reversed, and next thing you know, he's been arrested. And so here we, as we look at what the Democrats are doing, we look at these voterless elections. We look at the coercion, the bribing, the scandals, the threats, at the Democrat and Republican parties. And we now know that the kind of thing that Mike Parsons was talking about is absolutely true because it's reached mainstream media. Well, he's in jail right now. And the reason I'm bringing this up is he's in lockdown. He is in lockdown. He gets to, he's been kept out of sunlight, no sunlight. The food that, if you can call it that, he says is toxic. He says that they will not let him have vitamins, minerals, or supplements. And I'm wondering about this cruel and unusual punishment and torture of those in the village, like Mike Parsons, who's in jail in Tipton County, Tennessee, right this moment. So here's the question I have. It's a medical question. And that is, what if a doctor were to prescribe supplements for his patient, and that patient is in jail or in prison? I'm wondering if the prison would have to, or the jail would have to, dispense those medications and those supplements prescribed
legally they
by
would, but
the
as
doctor.
you know, the legal system, which is run by government, isn't much better than any other aspect of government, most of which I consider the evil empire overall. So it might even take another lawsuit of some kind to try to get them even to give any prescription drug. They've been known not to give insulin and other such things. So let's face it, the law does not mean that things get done.
Wow, withholding insulin. Dr. Shealy, can that be a death sentence?
Well, can. Oh, yeah. I don't know how many people die in jail. I might look that up sometime. But I suspect the death rate in jail is slightly higher than in the population outside the jail.
Absolutely. Even in our county, we've had a report of someone who was jailed and he hung himself, allegedly. Find it hard to believe that someone in jail would hang himself. Why not just, normally jail is a kind of a temporary thing. In Mike Parsons' case, it's been going on for 4 months. They don't know what to do with him because he's brighter than all of them combined. And I'm going to try to get him on the air, but he's in lockdown. He was going to call in and be live with us, on one of these broadcasts, but they've locked down the entire jail, so he can't even make a phone call to call us to come on the air. So, but I have a recording that I'm going to play. Dr. Shealy, I'm thinking about some of the cancers that I'm reading about. And there's this young woman, got tonsil cancer. I've never heard of tonsil cancer before. Is that something that's unusual and rare, tonsil cancer?
I think so. Sergey, do you know a difference about that?
I'm
sorry, what was that?
One person in the emergency room with that condition. It wasn't active, it was in the medical history. It's not something we see every day. In general, the concept of cancer or overgrowth of cells can be, anywhere. Wherever you have cells, they have an opportunity to get out of control. So it's not a surprise. It's just not a common one.
Dr. Sergey Sorin, you're a medical doctor, spent time in the emergency room. Are you seeing or have you seen an increase in the number of brain problems that you may relate to cell phones?
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. And Norm is very vocal about that. Actually, it's the cell phone is a wonderful invention. Actually, I got a couple of really funny stories about the smartphones, or I guess Norm has another name for them. But,
yes, he does.
I tried to get Norm to get one, not necessarily to hold to the ear, but just to, upgrade into the 21st century, and that was some interesting experiments. Let's just say we chose not to pursue that, but there are several issues with with phones, not just smartphones, any phone really, and the issues range from cancers to so many things that go wrong. One can't even begin to list all the problems. Not to mention that people are not even present. You can talk to somebody, and even in the emergency room, and they're not even paying attention to you. They're texting as you're trying to have a conversation. One time, I went on a text interaction with a teenager because that was the only way I could get any information. Standing face to face and just texting each other. How are you? Okay. Can you say hello to me? No. Okay. Well, what's wrong? Okay. And then anyway, it's just we get so preoccupied with technology, and there are other aspects such as EMF and electromagnetic fields. So many other things. But I'm sure that's not unique to the medical profession.
Dr. Sorin, you don't know this because we've never discussed this, you and I. But I believe Dr. Shealy knows this. Back in the 1990s, I was involved in designing computer systems for schools and deploying and training and building and implementing these computer networks. And I was a consultant for 5 separate counties in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And there was this push to modernize, to update, to implement wireless communications within the school. And I'm talking about wireless computing, wireless printing, wireless, virtually everything. And I said, no, I will not be part of it. And I said, I will not be part of it because in 15 years, I believe we will be reading stories in the media about how these microwave devices, these transmitters, the receivers, the access points, and so forth, that were being deployed all over in schools would be causing cancers. And I said that, in these computer labs where you might have 25 or 30 computers all communicating with a wireless access point in that room, in that computer lab, if you will, and then, the instructor would be there all day. Okay, the lab instructor would be there, bombarded in this very large microwave oven, which would be the size of a classroom, because there'd be glass windows, and then there's a steel roof above the suspended ceiling. And I thought, this is pretty much like a large capacity microwave oven, and instead of cooking hot dogs or soup or coffee, we're cooking the students. And I refused to be part of that. Do you have a comment on that? Do you think that I was...
No, that's that's fantastic. I mean, you saw this really early. One of the things that Norm and I would like to do, and I hope we can get to it sooner than later, is to actually do the EEG and other hands-on experimentation, real-time effect of the various things, and not that I would advise somebody to have a cell phone, but just to show once and for all, or I'm sure there's been studies done, but I would love to see something done, with us more recently on the cell phone, but also to compare what happens with a cell phone as opposed to the Bluetooth technology, as opposed to some others that are out there, because it's not very clear what the dangers and the risks are, and everybody is using this. This is very, it's
Except for
become
Norm.
mainstream
Except for Norm
culture.
and me. Class, I'm a survivalist, and my plan is to be independent of everything that I can so that supply chain disruptions have a minimum impact on our family. What's the first thing that you do when the power goes out? I've researched the best value solar energy system that I can find, one that's backed by the technical support necessary for the undertaking. The system's installed and is generating electricity right now with equipment purchased from ironedison.com. You heard Brandon Williams, CEO of ironedison.com, right here on USA Prepares. Together, we designed our system. In my opinion, our ironedison.com system has more features, more value, and more potential than any other system I've found. We chose the Snyder Electric system with a hybrid inverter, charge controller, power panel, battery disconnect, and the system control panel. If you want energy independence, as we have, please consider calling the engineering team at ironedison.com, 720-432-6433, 720-432-6433.
Are you worried about how dangerous the world has become? In these days of terrorist attacks, natural disasters, or even a future collapse, you need to be medically prepared to keep your family safe. I'm Joe Alton, MD of store.doomandbloom.net, where you'll find an entire line of uniquely designed medical kits and supplies for when help is not on the way. For everything from individual first aid kits to the ultimate family medical bag, go to store.doomandbloom.net today. That's store.doomandbloom.net. You'll be glad you did.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
Dangerous blood clot device alert. If you or a loved one had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to your heart or lungs and suffered an injury, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, and even death. These dangerous blood clot devices can break, and the metal fragments can travel to your heart or lungs, causing serious injuries. If you or a loved one suffered organ damage or other injuries from an IVC filter, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Act now. Time is limited to file a claim. For a free consultation and free information, call Injury Help Desk at 800-478-1507. 800-478-1507. 800-478-1507. This is an advertisement. Paid non-attorney spokesperson. InjuryHelpDesk.com is responsible for this advertisement. Principal office, Las Vegas, Nevada.
We use mobile devices right against our bodies every day, but growing scientific evidence has emerged showing serious health risks associated with exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The solution is Defender Shield, the most effective mobile radiation shielding ever developed. Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation from cell phones, tablets, and laptops, and starts at just $64.99. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. For 10% off, use promo code GCN. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in mobile radiation shielding.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market. The gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Professor, we're talking with Dr. Norman Shealy and Dr. Sergey Sorin, both medical doctors, and we're talking about electromagnetic radiation and our concerns about electromagnetic radiation. And one of the things I'd like to share is that many, many years ago, I was traveling from Virginia to Missouri and back in those long 18-hour drives in the truck. I would do some of my communications and talk on the cell phones. And at the time, you could communicate to Verizon Wireless, unlimited. And so I could do that. And there I was in the truck, bouncing these electromagnetic signals within the truck, ricocheting off the roof of the truck, the cab, the back wall, the firewall, and the glass. And I was cooking myself. And here's what I noticed. And by the way, I do not have a cell phone right now. Okay? I don't have one. I haven't had it for months and months and months. I dumped it. And it was a smartphone. It was an iPhone 4. And I feel so good not having a cell phone, having it follow me around and receiving all those interruptions non-stop. But in any event, here's what I noticed. I could be driving and, let's say, talk for half an hour, 45 minutes, even an hour. And pulling this trailer, driving along, traveling, operating the truck. And an hour later, I would not remember where I've been, how I got there. Now, obviously, I didn't ricochet off any fences and guardrails and trees and other vehicles. But what I'm saying is the memory of, wow, I'm here already? That was how I got there was absent. And I believe I'm not the only one. So what I'm saying is I think that the electromagnetic radiation from these cell phones removes some of the consciousness of where we are and what we're doing from us. I don't think we're totally there. I don't think we're able to multitask as well as we did before or without these cell phones. Do you have a comment on that?
Well, my feeling. I think that cell phones are among the top problems of distraction and stress overall today. Any way you look at it, being on tap 24 hours a day or even 16 hours a day is, in my opinion, nonsense, seriously damage to your mental, emotional, and physical health. On the other hand, I don't allow people to be able to call me on a cell phone practically ever. I do carry one, but it's always turned off. But I carry it especially when I travel in case there's an emergency. And I'm not opposed to what you do, but you don't travel the way I do out of the city, out of your home overnight, many times a year.
Right, I do not.
Now, overall, I think that we live in an electromagnetic, markedly altered atmosphere, but we adapt, and I can't unequivocally say that unless you live near some huge power line or, thing like that, that the overall death rate is increased by it. I think nuclear energy and chemical poisons far outweigh the electromagnetic for overall health and death benefits. By the way, you are 400 times more likely to die if you're out of prison than in prison. The death rate is 2 per 100,000 per year of people living in prisons and 890 for people outside of prison. The suicide rate is twice as great in prisons, but that's understandable.
Wow. I talked with Mike Parsons about that, and he would disagree with those statistics.
Well, Well, they don't include. Well, we'll talk about that after.
He talks about the stabbings, the beatings, the eye gouging. It's in terms of stress, just getting through the day in prison is a major accomplishment. I mean, just surviving the day. But I wonder if those statistics are not reported correctly.
Right.
I wonder. Dr. Shealy and I and Dr. Soren will be right back after top of the hour news and commercial announcements. Garlic, hawthorn berry, pulse oximeters, watercress for detoxification, and losing weight, skin rashes, and sugar coming up next. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
Everyone all set? Cocked? Locked? Blissed? Hour number 2 of USAPrepares.com. Dr. Norman Shealy's with us. Dr. Sergey Soren's with us, both medical doctors. And hour number 1, we were talking about electromagnetic radiation, cancers. And Dr. Shealy, did you have, or did Dr. Soren have any comments about electromagnetic radiation going forward, or shall we move on?
Well, again, I think that the single most important thing from my point of view is if you're going to use a cell phone, don't use it when you're driving a car. Don't do it when you're sitting at a table with someone else eating a meal. Be somewhat sociable and be more careful. This idea of allowing yourself to be on call 10 times an hour, 24 hours a day is absolute serious danger to your life and health, and to that of people around you.
Mm-hmm. And Dr. Shealy used a term that I thought was brilliant. You used the term on tap 24 hours a day. That's right. That's really what it is. I mean, it's more than being on call. You're on tap. It's draining you.
Absolutely.
Just having
it's a serious health hazard. Interestingly, by the way, for your information, it's not a big death, but in the last year, the life expectancy of whites has decreased. Interestingly, it's increased slightly for Hispanics and blacks.
Do we know why? Is it the amount of electronics that whites versus blacks versus Hispanics are using? Can that be it? Is it location?
Whites, I know whites use it a lot more than the others in general.
Well, Dr. Shealy and Dr. Soren, let me share with you what I have found out. I found out that as I have been away from cell phones, away from being on tap, if you will. And, after the broadcast, I'll get on the tractor. I will do, my farming responsibilities. But what I'm doing is I'm looking at them as things I need to do, want to do, and should do, and I'm doing them at my pace. I'm not racing around frantically. I'm very, very deliberate about how I expend my energy, and I feel so much better. I feel so much better by not being on tap for months with that cell phone attached to me. I really feel great not being on tap. And another thing that I've been doing is I've been saying no even more. People have asked me and tried to push me into doing things on the radio that I will not do. And it's really easy. All I've done is say no. Period. That's it.
What is it you don't understand about no?
Well, and that's and I get those kind of I get response like, what do you mean no? And that's it. I mean, I just say no. And then email after email comes. Well, what do you mean? Let's talk about it. No, there's no need to talk about it. I already said no. And it's great. It's a wonderful feeling, Dr. Shealy, by not being subject to the demands and whims of some other people. It's wonderful. It really is. And I think that's what you have done by not having your cell phone on, so you're not taking calls when you can't and don't want to and have other things that you need to take care of.
You've noticed, yes.
There's another thing that I noticed that you're doing that's really highly productive, and which is getting out there and connecting to the earth, being in nature. There is a positive effect of the electromagnetic frequencies called the Schumann frequency, which is actually, you can think of it as the earth drumbeat. Basically, it's it keeps the astronauts safe and healthy when they're out in space. Otherwise, their bodies just fall apart. And by being close to nature and by being outside and doing things that we are truly designed to do, in other words, be close to whether it's hunting or farming or just being close to Mother Earth. It's one of the keys to health.
Well, I agree. It's called earthing, and grounding yourself or being in touch with the earth is one of the healthiest things in the world.
There's a post on the internet that I was reading this morning that related to just that. And it was the person writing it was trying to figure out why it appears that people live longer when they live within 800 feet of green. Green meaning trees, grass, shrubs, plants. And I think it's more than just living within within 800 feet of green. I have a feeling it has to do with lifestyle as well as having the green be a filter of the air. The green being, if you live where there's lots of green, you're living away from a city because there's not much green in a city. That means that, in my opinion, that you're breathing fewer tailpipes and exhaust pipes and smokestacks. There's more of a distance between us and all of those polluting devices if you live where there's more green. Now, I think, in my opinion, not only it's a lifestyle as well as a distance from the pollution. Your thoughts, Dr. Shealy, Dr. Soren?
No question about it. And one of the reasons that I have lived, purposefully, consciously, for the last 47 years on a farm.
Do you have, Dr. Shealy, do you have advice for someone who's thinking, just maybe the guys on this broadcast are making some sense and living away from civilization, the epicenters of society, the big cities, the small cities, the cities of 200,000 or so, even larger than that.
It's been
maybe
known
these guys
for
are making
at least
sense.
50 years also that at least prior to the excess use of pesticides and herbicides, people who lived on farms usually lived 5 to 7 years longer than people living in cities, period.
That's 10%, Dr. Shealy, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
And it counts.
About 10%.
It counts.
And yeah. And I'm thinking about the world when I used to have a job, lunch hour. Okay, you race out to have lunch. You want to get out of the building. I mean, that's the first thing you want to do. Get out of there. Okay, so you get out of there and you go have lunch, and then you look at your clock and you go, okay, so it took me 20 minutes to get here. Oh man, I hope the waitress or the waiter comes over quickly and I hope the cook is cooking fast. And gosh, I got to get out. I got to be back by 1 hour elapsed time. Oh, geez, can we get it all done? And so what might be the time to relax and unwind from the stresses of the factory, whether it be a keyboard factory, a computer screen factory, or a factory, you don't really have a chance to relax during the day for that hour, because that's a stressful hour, or you're running errands, you're trying to get back in time. And what do you eat? Well, you eat whatever restaurants cook, and they don't cook for nutrition, they cook for taste. So I don't think it's a good situation. I think that's maybe one of the reasons why we're seeing more obesity.
Well,
and that's the next question.
Obesity is, actually, if you live on a farm, you're much more likely to be physically active and to eat better because you raise real food.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have to because food is so expensive.
Yeah.
And if you're a farmer, generally speaking, farmers are not wealthy. I mean, maybe the big agro farmers are wealthy, but small farmers, generally not wealthy. That's why you see them in worn out blue jeans and ripped shirts and shredded clothing. And on Sunday they put on their best pair of overalls.
Right.
Because there's not a lot of money. So farmers have to do manual labor because they can't afford to hire people to do it for them. They have to be a jack of all trades, and they have to grow some of their own food because it's just so expensive. So, but you know what? I think it's a wonderful lifestyle, and I don't want to change it. I mean, I really don't want to change doing what I do to sit in a factory, computer keyboard factory. I just don't want to do that. Well, the next question is mother's milk. Now, when we have a newborn calf, we absolutely positively have to make sure that calf gets milk from his or her mother very quickly, or the calf probably won't make it. How important is mother's milk for humans as well, Dr. Shealy?
Well, it's not quite as critical because human babies are not exposed to as many, germs as animals born on the farm. The same was true, of course, with horses. We used to keep, actually, if you milk a horse right after the birth and collect all that wonderful antibody in it, it will keep indefinitely. And we used to keep, a few gallons of that around in case something happened to a mother so we could bottle feed the baby colt or foal. But in children, the evidence is quite overwhelming that if they're nursed for at least 6 months, they're healthier, they have lower incidence of allergies, and the IQ is somewhat higher, just from drinking mother's milk out of the breast for the first 6 months of life.
Norm, doesn't this also go back to the concept of oxytocin and neurotensin release?
Well, of course. Absolutely good point, Sergey, that, nursing does help both mother and child increase especially the oxytocin, the bonding hormone.
And so as a result, we have a more balanced child, less likely to maybe commit crimes, less likely to be a problem for society and all those around. Yeah.
Much better.
We come back and we talk about garlic, the benefits of garlic, and what about raw garlic versus cooked garlic? Is there a difference? We'll be right back. Class, I'm a survivalist, and my plan is to be independent of everything that I can so that supply chain disruptions have a minimum impact on our family. What's the first thing that you do when the power goes out? I've researched the best value solar energy system that I can find, one that's backed by the technical support necessary for the undertaking. The system's installed and is generating electricity right now, with equipment purchased from ironedison.com. You heard Brandon Williams, CEO of ironedison.com, right here on USA Prepares. Together, we designed our system. In my opinion, our ironedison.com system has more features, more value, and more potential than any other system I found. We chose the Snyder Electric system with a hybrid inverter, charge controller, power panel, battery disconnect, and the system control panel. If you want energy independence, as we have, please consider calling the engineering team at ironedison.com, 720-432-6433, 720-432-6433.
It's no secret that pathogens such as bacteria, viruses, molds, and fungus can inflict severe damage in the human body. Fortunately, a new and vastly improved silver solution has been developed. Supernatural Silver is a revolutionary broad-spectrum antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal solution that can be used inside the body as well as on the skin. Supernatural Silver is unique and superior to colloidal and ionic silvers, using a patented technology that is highly effective against colds, flus, infections, food poisoning, and yeast, in addition to many other pathogens. Supernatural Silver is scientifically supported, extremely safe, and is the #1 choice of thousands of people for immune system support. Find out how Supernatural Silver could change your life. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code HEALTHY for 20% off. That's supernaturalsilver.com, and like us on Facebook.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Need a powerful ally to fight daily bugs and serious pathogens? Allicin Med is the powerful universal pathogen killer's latest advance of German-sourced allicin, enzymatically stabilized to clear the body of bacteria, fungi, mycobacteria, and parasites. It penetrates body biofilms and is non-toxic to tissues. Pathogen resistance cannot develop for long-term body-optimized wellness. Clear stealth pathogens that promote autoimmune disease, cancer, and vascular inflammation and plaque and promote healing of tissues. Now pathogen-free. With 200 milligrams more power than prior Alamed, you can't get a more powerful ally to fight daily bugs and serious pathogens. Give your body what it needs. Allicin Med. Order Dr. Bill Deagle's Nutridyne at 888-212-8871 or NutriMedical.com. That's 1-888-212-8871 or NutriMedical.com. And listen to the NutriMedical Report every weekday on the GCN Radio Network. NutriMedical.com, bringing nutrition and medicine together.
Hello, I'm Michael Regan. My father, President Ronald Reagan, believed so strongly in gold that in 1985, he changed gold ownership forever. Today, our national debt is spiraling out of control, but gold coins could be the answer. Call 1-866-525-GOLD or go online to usmoneyreserve.com to get new, never-before-released information about gold. From the U.S. Money Reserve, call 1-866-525-GOLD.
Class, we're talking with Dr. Norman Shealy and Dr. Sergey Sorin, both medical doctors. And if you'd like to go to the website, normshealy.com, NORMSHEALY.com. And you can sign up for the same newsletters that I get, absolutely free. And you can read lots of medical advice right there on the website, normshealy.com, NORMSHEALY.com. Garlic. Garlic is something that we use in our household, and I'm thinking, should we plant even more garlic, and should we eat raw garlic? Should we just take a garlic clove and start chewing on it? Are there known medicinal benefits of garlic, and should it be eaten raw, or should it be eaten cooked? Is there a difference in the benefits, Dr. Shealy?
Well, I love garlic, but only cooked. I have to say, raw, in general, onions and garlic, my taste buds and intestines don't like. I don't think you lose a great deal with gentle cooking of garlic and onions. The major benefit is for the immune system, and it is probably the single best source. They are the single best source of organic sulfur. And organic sulfur is one of the, critical big minerals in our body in all kinds of situations.
Back in the 70s when I...
My take is a little different. I agree with the benefits, but to me, raw garlic is fantastic. And it also has an unexpected side benefit. Sometimes, if you have a meal that's very high in garlic and onion and you're working in an emergency room, some people that, generally cause more trouble than not and can keep your attention for, a very needy individual, so to speak, and that's nothing wrong with that. But conversations get a little shorter after a garlic and onion meal, and I noticed that to be somewhat of a benefit.
Huh. So less distractions.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. I met a man for the first time back in the 1970s at a meeting. And he came into the meeting, he said, I need to apologize, I'm really sorry, but I have cancer, and I am eating raw garlic all day long. And he said, I smell like garlic, it's coming out of my pores, my breath smells like garlic, but I've got cancer, so I am eating garlic virtually nonstop. Have you heard of any medical benefits of doing that? Is there any credence to that?
Yeah, there are some evidence for that. Interestingly, one of the most interesting reversals of cancer that I personally have seen was a woman who came to me for advice, and I told her she had already done it. She had metastatic cancer to her liver, and she put on her feet every night a mixture of crushed garlic and held it in place with a sock or something, and it sort of blistered the feet after a few days, but she attributed her phenomenal immune rejection of the cancer to putting the crushed garlic on her feet.
And what I've been doing is I've been making a tincture with habanero peppers, jalapeno peppers, garlic, fresh garlic. All of these are fresh. And what I did was I put the peppers, I washed them. Actually, I washed them with gloves, plastic gloves, because they say don't get the oils on your skin, and because you can really burn yourself. You certainly don't rub your eyes when you do this. And I mixed some vodka, some habanero peppers, and jalapeno peppers, and garlic that I peeled, several cloves of garlic, put it all in the blender with some vodka, and it's working right now in a jar. It's filled up probably 95%, just a little bit of air so I can shake it every day. It's in the kitchen cabinet, and I've tested it, and it's fabulous. Dr. Soren, do you have any thoughts about tinctures with garlic and habanero peppers for the remedy of let's say an irregular heartbeat or something like that? Can you share your thoughts when we come back after these few short commercial announcements?
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today. Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Sling bow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of sling bow. A new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
Today, how to incorporate your business in just 10 minutes so you won't lose everything if you get sued. Step 1, stop putting it off. If you're not incorporated and someone sues your business tomorrow, it's not just your business at risk. You can lose everything: your home, your car, even your life savings. Step 2, call the following number for a free 10-minute incorporation guide from Incorporate.com. 1-800-941-5257. They don't provide legal or financial advice. They just make incorporating quick and easy. So you can incorporate or form an LLC in just 10 minutes. That number again is 1-800-941-5257. Step 3, congratulate yourself. By taking just 10 minutes to incorporate your business or form an LLC, you protected your home, your car, and your life savings. And that is how you incorporate your business in just 10 minutes. But hurry while they're still giving away these 10-minute incorporation guides for free. Call 1-800-941-5257. That's 1-800-941-5257.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
My computer is so slow, it's making me crazy.
I used to have that problem.
Did you quit using a computer, or did you buy a new one?
No, I called Geeks On Site. They made an appointment to visit my home and showed up the same day.
You mean they didn't ask you to bring your computer to a shop? That's what happened when I called a support company.
Geeks On Site can go to your home or business or even repair your computer online. They have 24/7 emergency service.
If you are having problems with your PC or Mac, call Geeks On Site, 1-800-591-1682. Our friendly certified computer repair experts are available 24/7. Call now for a free diagnosis, 1-800-591-1682. Data recovery, virus removal, and maintenance for all laptops, desktops, printers, and networks. That's Geeks On Site for friendly certified computer repair experts, available 24/7 over the phone or in your home or business. Just call 1-800-591-1682. That's 1-800-591-1682, 1-800-591-1682. 1682.
Serious investors and traders want to make 81% return in 60 seconds? Use the same secret algorithm professional hedge fund managers use to make billions of dollars of profits. Turn $250 into $4,903 in just 7 clicks of a mouse. Our tool is so simple that my 82-year-old grandmother can use it to make insane stock market profits. Go to BigBuckRiches.com. Watch the free video before the hedge funds make us take it down. Go to BigBuckRiches.com. From the Robert Allen System, current returns not indicative of future results.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
We're talking about garlic and tinctures. And so, Dr. Sergey Sorin, how do you feel about tinctures and the benefits of, let's say, very hot peppers, habanero peppers, jalapeno peppers, garlic as a tincture made with vodka for heart problems and issues like irregular heartbeat? Do you have any thoughts on that?
In general, I can comment on tinctures as such. Big fan. Especially, my personal taste buds can tolerate pretty much anything. And to me, I really enjoy any kind of food, whether it's hot, spicy, or whether it's garlic, onion, or otherwise. But I know not everybody does that, or is able to enjoy that, or people around them able to enjoy that.
I do not enjoy anything above moderate in hotness, and I like mild, but my stomach says, "Oh my God, you're eating a hole in it" when I take hot pepper.
Tinctures in this way can be a very useful way to or vehicle to get it done. I'd love to hear Norm's opinion on as far as the benefits, though.
Norm,
could you? I think you asked several very on-target questions there, and could you repeat perhaps one of the?
Oh, okay.
One at a time, perhaps. Which?
Sure. Dr. Shealy, what I was mentioning is making tinctures with habanero peppers and garlic. And do you find that there are benefits with using these for irregular heartbeat and those kinds of things? I have in the past. I had an irregular heartbeat, and I made a tincture with very, very hot peppers and garlic. It's very simple to make. Let me just say what I did. I added, after I washed the peppers using plastic gloves, disposable plastic gloves, fresh hot peppers, habaneros, and
in Jethro Close's book,
fresh garlic peeled.
Back to Eden, which is, to my opinion, the masterpiece on herbology, he gives more benefits health-wise to hot pepper than any other herb.
Okay. Well, I've heard things like if someone is having a heart attack, if you can put a pinch of cayenne, under their tongue. If I think I'm remembering that correctly, that would be something you might want to do. Have you experienced anything like that?
Well, I don't take it as a tincture. I do add it to food. But personally, I just don't like the tinctures as much as just peppers.
Okay.
Or the dry.
Do you think there's any? Do you have any concerns with tinctures, Dr. Shealy? And I'm talking about.
No. The amount of alcohol is minor. I don't think there's any concern that I know of.
Okay. All right. The question I wanted to ask you was about pulse oximeters. I remember when we had a medical condition here or a situation in our farmhouse, my mother was having some problems, and you were on the phone with me from your farm, and you asked me about, her oxygenation and her pulse. And so I bought one of these things, and I'm evaluating them, and we're going to share that information with our class. Can you tell us the reason why we should consider having a pulse oximeter at home as part of our medical kit?
Well, it's very inexpensive, first of all, and you should, under normal circumstances, have at least 95% blood oxygen saturation, and somewhere between 95 and 98% is, quote, normal and healthy. When it goes to 90 and below, you are increasingly having some problem either with lung or heart or some kind of toxicity. So there it is. I just think it's a good adjunct.
So
this is something that is a very useful tool, especially if somebody has a heart or lung problem, and let's say you're not feeling well by any means, but you can't exactly point you put your finger on it, or it's a little too early, this could be one of the vital signs that tells you, get attention.
Okay, in addition to the pulse oximeter, is there another simple tool that we can use for part of our emergency medical kit should someone develop symptoms very quickly and we go, oh, we got a big problem, what do we do? Is there another tool that you recommend as well?
Well, it's very easy and very inexpensive to get an electronic blood pressure cuff, which will measure the blood pressure and the pulse automatically. And I think, it's nice to have those around when somebody passes out or gets weak and faint. That's another thing that's easily measured at home that gives you a clue as to whether you need to go emergency.
There's something else that comes to mind, not for everybody necessarily, but if there's a tendency to get lightheaded, or if there's any diabetes or any kind of a sugar abnormality, having a way to check for the sugar or Accumeter can be very helpful. So when someone, let's say a person starts feeling not so well for any reason, palpitations, lightheaded, or tired, or any number of things, that could be a good indication as well. But again, that's not a common thing for absolutely everybody.
Well, yeah, anybody with diabetes certainly needs a glucometer.
And do you have a feel for what they might cost? Are we talking about something that is, $50 or?
I don't know. Do you, Sergey?
I'm going to take a guess that none of those are very expensive. Walmart, interestingly enough, has or stores like full Walmart pretty much have everything with a very reasonable price range.
Guess what? Anywhere from $9, that's a blood test strip, to $31.98 at Walmart.
That's not bad.
Okay, and I just looked at eBay, and I'm looking at $9.66 free shipping, and if you and that's complete kit. So I guess you get everything you need to get started. So for $10 or less, you can get started with this blood sugar glucose monitoring kit, and additional supplies would be additional cost, but for $10 you can get started. All right, and what about, Dr. Shealy, you've talked many, many times about this, and the reason I'm mentioning it again is you were on the forefront of ringing the alarm about sugar. And I had some ketchup last night. I can't believe it. I had a little bit of ketchup, and I used to like ketchup, but I looked at Mrs. Finelli and I said, this is mostly sugar. And she said, yeah, we tried a new kind, and you're absolutely right. It's terrible. And sugar's in everything. So are we literally causing ourselves to die faster as a result of the sugar in almost everything that we eat as a processed food now?
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
Ketchup is just
In fact, there is a major scientific article called Sugar is Poison. I mean, that says it right there. You don't need to know anything else. It's not a food. I consider it pure, unadulterated plastic junk.
It is also actually more addictive than cocaine.
Yes, very addicting.
All right. So okay. So if sugar is more addictive than cocaine, what do we do? What do we do to not have sugar? I've said to our family, one way of not having sugar in the house is don't buy it. So if it's not here, we're not going to go looking for it because it's not here. But how do we live without sugar in the modern diet? You go to a restaurant, I don't think you can get away from it. It's in everything. It's in the salad dressing. It's in.
The only way you get away from it is to not buy packaged foods. and not eat out.
Mm-hmm. And
I mean,
and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm sure that message is resounding with the class that eating out is probably not good. And if you look at those on the other side of the counter at McDonald's, you look at where you are going into McDonald's, which I recommend you not do, but just look at the employees who've been there a while. See how well it's working.
You know more
it's
than
working.
I do. I haven't been in one since 1962.
Well, I don't eat at McDonald's. Very, very rarely. Well, you said to me, Dr. Shealy, you said many, many years ago, if you're starving and there's a McDonald's and you're absolutely famished, keep going.
Right.
I mean, you didn't say it in exactly those words, but that's kind of the message. If you're really, 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 really hungry and there's a McDonald's there, just keep going. You're better off not eating than going into McDonald's. Am I saying that right?
You're saying it right. Stop somewhere and get yourself a bag of nuts.
Fast food. Yeah, fast food.
Fruit and nuts. Well,
fruit and nuts, right?
Even, you can't always find fruit at the little places, gas stations and things like that, but you can always find nuts.
Uh-huh. Dr. Sergey Sorin, how do you feel about McDonald's, Burger King, and those other, fast packaged food joints?
100% with Norm. It's absolutely, absolutely on target. It's just, this is...
Yeah, maybe even step on the gas and go faster past it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Gentlemen, do you have something that you'd like to share with the class when we come back for our final segment? If so, think about it and we'll be right back. Class, I'm a survivalist, and my plan is to be independent of everything that I can so that supply chain disruptions have a minimum impact on our family. What's the first thing that you do when the power goes out? I've researched the best value solar energy system that I can find, one that's backed by the technical support necessary for the undertaking. The system's installed and is generating electricity right now with equipment purchased from ironedison.com. You heard Brandon Williams, CEO of ironedison.com, right here on USA Prepares. Together, we designed our system. In my opinion, our ironedison.com system has more features, more value, and more potential than any other system I've found. We chose the Snyder Electric system with a hybrid inverter, charge controller, power panel, battery disconnect, and the system control panel. If you want energy independence, as we have, please consider calling the engineering team at ironedison.com, 720-432-6433, 720-432-6433.
Hello, I'm Michael Regan. My father, President Ronald Reagan, believed so strongly in gold that he changed gold ownership forever by bringing back physical gold to the American public, allowing gold coins to be minted and sold to U.S. citizens just like you, starting in 1985. Gold ownership can help protect your financial future, especially when our national debt is spiraling out of control. Many smart Americans have kept their retirements from being wiped out during America's financial crisis thanks to physical gold coins. I strongly urge you to call the U.S. Money Reserve at 1-866-944-GOLD or go online to usmoneyreserve.com. Ask for a special gold guide with new, never-before-released information about gold from the U.S. Money Reserve. Call 1-866-944-GOLD or go online to usmoneyreserve.com. I'm Michael Regan. Thank you.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a select quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I impartially shopped the highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $26 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 1-800-403-4885. That's 1-800-403-4885. 1-800-403-4885. Or go to SelectQuote.com. We shop, you save. Get full details in the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Bad news, Americans. You're probably stockpiling for a disaster all wrong. When the big one comes, you'll need more than that poisonous, oversalted survival food you now see everywhere. There are 3 vital things that your survival food is missing, and it's the first thing to disappear from grocery stores. Go to superfoodradio.com now to see my story of how I nearly died when I was forced to live on a popular survival food. That's superfoodradio.com, and I'll show you how everything you've been told about survival food is dead wrong. Go to superfoodradio.com now.
This is a life-changing message for anyone with sleep apnea who is on the go and tired of dragging around a big, bulky home CPAP device. MiniCPAP.com now offers a portable device that's as small as a soda can and weighs less than a pound. For even more freedom, you can add a battery that's as tiny as a deck of cards. It's called the Transcend Mini CPAP, and right now you can try it risk-free for 10 days by calling 1-800-945-9289. Transcend is the world's first portable mini CPAP device. It gives you the freedom to sleep in total comfort anywhere you are. Our smallest and most advanced portable design ever, Transcend is so small and so light you can fit it in your briefcase or purse to use anywhere you go. It's FAA compliant too, so you can even sleep comfortably while flying. Enjoy the freedom to sleep comfortably anywhere. Call minicpap.com now for your 10-day at-home trial. 1-800-945-9289. That's 1-800-945-9289.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares unfiltered and untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares untapped and off the grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
Class, quick update. So if you'd like to be part of the news alert system, we have one that we're developing, and there will be alerts to what we're up to, what we're doing, and you'll find that right at usaprepares.com. Just click on usaprepares.com. An email pop-up will appear for your email address, your first name, the state where you live if you choose to let us know, and your email address, and we're using that to build the distribution for email alerts as we get them as to what we're up to and developments and the expo and those kinds of things. Joyce in Wisconsin, welcome. You're on with Dr. Norm Shealy and Dr. Sergey Sorin.
Hello. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Go ahead,
Joyce, y'all got anything to say?
Yeah. Well, I was calling about my memory.
Speak up, please.
You're fading. Speak louder into the phone.
Okay, thank you.
That's good.
Yeah,
Great,
I'm having
good.
problems with my memory.
How old are you?
57.
Are you on any medication?
No.
Well, go to my website, normshealy.com. Okay. Under resources, you will find optimal health, and in there, you'll find Alzheimer's. It doesn't matter whether you got Alzheimer's or not. Memory loss fits into the same category.
Mm-hmm.
I list a whole bunch of nutrients that are really good for that.
Okay.
And I would definitely do that. It's well worth trying. Probably. Now, how's your energy level?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, then I would just look up my list of, what I recommend for Alzheimer's and start with the top two or three and see what happens.
Okay. Well,
Joyce?
Yes.
This is something that I'm hearing more and more about. People are having more and more trouble with their memory. They'll leave a room to go into another room to get something, and then they'll kind of look around and go, what was I doing? This is really getting more common. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
Well, at the top of my list, unequivocally, other than basic health habits, would be vitamin D3, 5,000 units a day, and lecithin granules, 2 heaping tablespoons twice a day. But you'll find a whole bunch of things on the website.
All right.
The other component that is absolutely essential is, and with the brain, there is a phenomenon called neuroplasticity. Now, I do notice that as I'm getting older, the memory retention is, relatively, right? Some might say 41. That I'm still, teenager, but according to standards, right, Norm? But, it's basically, it's a use it or lose it phenomenon, and I do notice that those who are, even with the diagnosis of an early Alzheimer's, if that happens to be, or even moderate, it's basically the difference. And Norm, please feel free to jump in. But it's basically, if you're practicing something, if you're engaging certain pathways or certain activities, or if you're keeping yourself active physically, mentally, emotionally, that just does much more than anything else.
Think and read, among other things. Yes, and that's an important component. But also, even physical activity improves.
Hi, guys. This is Scott. This is her husband.
Hey, it's been a great day. Thanks, Vince.
Wait. Scott, go very quickly. We're running short on time.
Okay. We have
Speak up, please.
We have our own business, and she usually does all the programming and the paperwork, and she can't even do that anymore, hardly.
Dr. Shealy, what they're saying is this occurred quickly, and she's having trouble doing paperwork and so forth. And I've heard this before. Dr. Shealy, any thoughts? Dr. Soren?
Well, again, I think if you look at the Alzheimer's thing, or of course always a good examination by a neurologist if there's a severe problem. There is a place for physicians that to be careful about diagnosis.
In this case, I 100% agree. I think with a more rapid decline, not something that's just gradual, I think it's time maybe for a CAT scan or further evaluation by a good neurologist.
Exactly.
How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and negative articles can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? ReputationDefender.com can help protect your good name. Get a free consultation now. Call 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from ReputationDefender.com right now. Call 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com today.